Hey everyone, welcome to this week's second of two remote video lectures. The first video lecture was on the moon, and like I said in that one, this video lecture is about the moon phases. We talked a little bit about the moon phases in the first lecture. Now we're going to go a little bit more in depth into all 8 phases. So let's get started. Okay, so what causes the phases of the moon? Well, believe it or not, and I'm sure you guys already knew this, the moon does not produce its own light. It relies on the sun to illuminate it. One half of the moon is always illuminated by the sun, and depending on where the moon is in its orbit around Earth, we see the moon as different shapes, which we call moon phases. All right, so the first of the 8 phases we are going to talk about today is the new moon. And as you can see at the top right of the screen, this is what a new moon looks like to us on Earth. And there's not a whole lot to see. The moon is completely dark. So during a new moon, the moon is located between the Earth and Sun. The near side of the moon, the side that's closest to us, is completely shrouded in darkness. The far side of the moon that is not visible to us is completely illuminated at this time. And the reason why this is not an eclipse, and I'll move my head, we talked a little bit about eclipses in the last video. This is different from an eclipse because during an eclipse, the moon is in complete alignment with the sun. During a regular new moon phase, this isn't the case, and as you can see, I can get my pointer up here. I don't think you really need it. The moon is slightly above the Earth here, and it's not in complete alignment with the sun. Therefore, the sun is not blocked out by the moon. All right, so after a new moon, we have our waxing phases. So as the moon revolves around the Earth after a new moon, the sun gradually starts to illuminate more of the moon's surface. It gradually becomes brighter, and we call this waxing. The first phase that we're going to talk about in the waxing phases is the waxing crescent phase. During this phase, we see the moon as a thin crescent, which starts on the right side of the moon, and then it's slowly going to illuminate more towards the left. And if you look up at the top of the screen, that is an image of a waxing crescent. Next, we have the first quarter. So like the name indicates, the moon is a quarter done with a revolution during the first quarter phase. And we see the first quarter phase as a half moon. And finally, the last of the waxing phases, we have a waxing gibbous. So the waxing gibbous phase is between a half moon and a full moon, and gibbous basically just means more than half, but less than full. Oftentimes you've probably seen the waxing gibbous phase and just called it a full moon, especially when it gets closer to a full moon. The waxing gibbous phase is almost completely full, but not quite. All right, so after our waxing phases, we have one that everyone's probably familiar with. So we have a full moon. So during a full moon, the Earth is located between the sun and the moon. The moon is halfway through its month-long revolution at this point. The near side of the moon is completely illuminated during this phase. And as you can probably guess, the far side of the moon is now in complete darkness. So now that our moon is full and it's fully illuminated, we are then going to move on to our waning phases. So after a full moon, the illuminated moon gradually begins to become less and less illuminated and goes through the same phases as before, but now it's going to go through them in reverse. We call this waning, which just means to get smaller. So the first phase that we're going to talk about is the waning gibbous. Notice that in the waxing phases, the gibbous phase was the last phase before a full moon. Now we're going to go in reverse. So waning gibbous is first. And like the waxing gibbous, the waning gibbous phase is between a half moon and a full moon, except now the process is now going into reverse, and the moon is going to become gradually less bright. The next phase we have is a third quarter. We see the third quarter moon as a half moon. Note that this is the opposite half that wasn't illuminated when we had our first quarter moon. And finally, we have our waning crescent phase. We see the waning crescent phase as a thin crescent on the left side of the moon rather than on the right side of the moon. And then it's going to gradually become less and less illuminated. And now we're back at a new moon, and the moon has completed its month-long cycle of phases. All right, so that is the moon phases. I am going to have another video for you guys to watch after this, and then I'm going to assign you an activity that goes along with the moon phases. So make sure that you watch the videos before you try that activity, because that activity is a quiz. I don't want you guys to, wing it and end up doing poorly on it, and then, emailing me complaining that you didn't do well on it. So if you watch this video lecture and you watch the video that I'm going to assign after, you guys will do great. But as always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.